Welcome back to the Football Heritage. We're back again with another edition of the Football Heritage. Today, we will be looking at few things. We'll look at a lot of incoming transfer, and we will also be looking at Liverpool defeat in the Community Shield against Crystal Palace. Liverpool lost to Crystal Palace 3-2 on penalty after the game ended 2-all after 90 minutes. And the game was an exciting game, even though a lot of people don't take that game to be serious because it's almost like the last friendly match before the season begins. And it's a good win for Crystal Palace. They started from where they stopped last season. Because last year they were incredible. They won the FA Cup. They demolished Aston Villa and they beat Manchester City in the final. But against Liverpool, the champions, the first few minutes of the game, Liverpool, they were outstanding. They were absolutely a joy to watch, particularly the way Vers and Hugo Iketike, the way they were linking up front, they were absolutely terrific. And Liverpool, they got their goal early on in the game. It was early in the game when Hugo Iketike scored a delightful goal. That was a good finish. Early on, 4th minute, new signing from the German Bundesliga, making his competitive debut, score in the first 5 minutes of the game. 4 minutes in the game, he scored to put Liverpool ahead 1-0. A brilliant goal from Hugo. And after that goal, I was like, oh, this Liverpool team is looking good. And I was like, Crystal Palace, they have a problem here. They may concede more goals if they don't put themselves together. But they rally around, and in the 17 minute, when Mateta equalized to make it 1-all, but Virgil van Dijk brought down uh, Ismaila Sarr for a penalty, and Jean Mateta didn't make no mistake from the spot, score to make it 1-all. Yet, Liverpool, they took control of the game. They were playing well. Hugo Ekitike, Mo Salah, he barely had a lot of touches in that game. He was almost anonymous in that game. But they score, even though Frimpong make it 2-1 to Liverpool in the 21st minute of the game. Frimpong, I don't think he meant to score that goal. I think he was trying to cross the ball. But the ball found its way to the back of the net, and it was a brilliant goal. So they score. Yet, it's Crystal Palace. They were never out of the game. They kept playing well, particularly from the middle of the park. If Wharton, this kid, he's a brilliant footballer. In the middle of the park, Adam Wharton, he's a brilliant footballer, doing his thing in the middle of the park. And as they running the show, Ismaila Sarr on the other side of the pitch, and they were causing Liverpool a lot of problems, particularly ball over the top. Liverpool, they couldn't deal with ball over the top. Virgil van Dijk, and when Crystal Palace scored through Ismaila Sarr, Virgil van Dijk, he came out from the back four. Maybe he thought that the entire back four would have gone along with him, but he was the only one that came out. Frimpong was way on the other side, playing Ismaila Sarr on side, who slotted into the back of the net to make it 2-2. And the game ended 2-2, went to the penalty shooter, and Liverpool, they were absolutely dreadful from the penalty spot. They lost 3-2. But I think that's a charity sheet. If you look at the charity sheet, mostly the team that wins the charity sheet, they barely win the Premier League. So I don't take that against Liverpool. They still have a strong team, but and they are also favorite right now. Liverpool is favorite right now to sign Alexander Isak. And the only problem, one of the major problems Liverpool they have right now is the back line because the center defense they need bodies over there. They only have Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk. So if either of them sustain injury, they will be finished the season. But there's a report that they are in talks with Crystal Palace right now to sign Magui. And Magui will be a good signing for them. A lot of teams wanted to sign Magui last season. Newcastle United wanted to sign Gay. They make about £60 million bid for Gay last season, but it was turned down by Crystal Palace. Now they're going to sell Magui for far lesser than what Newcastle offered last year for Magui. And another center back to Liverpool in for that center back. They really need it. They need at least 2 players for that center back position to be covered up for Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk. But their team still a little strong. And if you put Alexander Isak in an attack, they're going to be deadly because it's going to be like Hugo Ekitike on the left side, Alexander Isak in the middle, and Mo Salah on the side. As we all know, and I heard a lot of people, they are rating Mo Salah off the game. They say, oh, he's finished. He ain't going to do anything this coming season. This guy has been consistent since he went to Liverpool. He has been consistent for the about 7 years now. This guy has been very, very, very consistent. He's a kind of player like you don't see him in a game like that. Some games you barely notice Mo Salah. But what happened before the game ends? He would just pop up from nowhere and score a winner. That's who he is. He is a good player. He is one of the greatest players the Premier League have ever seen. And that's a fact. The records are there. The stats can prove it. He is. Even though I don't like Liverpool, I dislike Liverpool. Because I'm going to mention another thing, I dislike Liverpool, but that's a fact. Mo Salah, what Mo Salah brings to the team is absolutely wonderful. Mo Salah, he will go into a game. He will go into a game, and you may not notice Mo Salah in the game, but he can pop out and score 2 or a hat trick with doing almost nothing. That's the kind of man he is. Very, very dangerous. He doesn't have to get a lot of touches in the game to score. So, Liverpool and Alexander Isak, that's going to be great for them. And I think Isak has told Newcastle that he doesn't want to play for the club no more. He has said it that he wants out. He is not playing for Newcastle no more. If it costs for him to sit on the bench for the whole season, he's going to sit the entire season out. So Newcastle United right now, they will be forced to sell him because there's absolutely no way they're going to allow Alexander Isak to just sit without playing. They will be forced to sell him, even though he has the 3 years remaining on your contract. But this is the modern war we're in. The football war now, the players, they do have the power. They do have the power. So there is nothing they can do about it. He wants to leave, and Newcastle United will just have to ask for more money. They have to get more money from Liverpool. And they need striker. And now, Newcastle United have limited option on the market. Limited option. Only Walking is another option. But the problem with only Walking, Aston Villa is asking for more money. Villa want more money. And they're asking for about 60 million for Ole Watkins. Ole Watkins will be 30 in December. You cannot sign a player for 60 million pounds who will be 30 in December. How many good seasons you going to get from Ole Watkins? Probably 2, maximum 3. So if you sign Ole Watkins for 60 million pounds, that's bad investment. And he is one of the options available right now in the market. A player called Goose Cracker. He's one of the options available in the market. But I don't think Newcastle United will pay 60 million pounds for Ole Watkins, who is who will soon be 30 in December. You cannot do such investment. That's going to be a bad investment. And you look at Nicola Jackson. Even though Jackson is younger than Ole Watkins, but the problem is Chelsea won about 70 million. Astronomical fees. Chelsea is asking for like 70 million for Nicola Jasse. And that's a huge sum of money for a player. He is very good at running the channel. He is very good at holding possession, bringing other people into play, but his finishing is terrible. He's a poor finisher. He's very poor when it comes to finishing. So how will Newcastle United invest such amount of money on a guy who you don't even know what you're going to get from him? You don't know. And he's one of the options available in the market. Another one available is Christopher Nkunku. Nobody going anywhere near Nkunku. If you want to be a serial club, I don't think any serial team, especially Newcastle United, they are in the Champions League. They cannot go for Nkunku. They are in the Champions League. You cannot be in the Champions League. Then you go for a guy like Nicola Jasse or Nkunku. But if they can do the walking, the if is the maximum is like 40 million, then you can get like 2 or 3 good years from in Watkins. That's a fair deal, around 40 million. But the 60 million Aston Villa asking, that's too hard for a striker who will be 30 in December. That is too hard. And Newcastle United, they are in a very difficult position right now. They have to sell. It's a matter of must. They must sell Alexander Isak because he has asked to leave the football club. So they have to sell him. And he said he will never and ever play for Newcastle again. And there's a rumor that he has already left his home in Newcastle. He left. So he is forcing his way out. And according to report that he told Newcastle at the end of last season that this is the last season, he wants out. I don't know how true that is, but that's the report going around that he asked Newcastle the end of last season that this is my last season. I'm going to leave this football club. But I don't know whether that's true or false. But then July, he made it public that he is going to leave the football club. So Newcastle, no matter how long it takes, even all the way down to the wire, the final day of the season, of the transfer window, the final day of the transfer window, I think this deal going to happen. I think he's going to join Liverpool. The deal going to, but having more players, having more a lot of new players into the team, it doesn't mean that the team going to perform. So a lot of people are expecting Liverpool to win the Premier League. Even me, my prediction, I made Liverpool first. I put Liverpool first in my prediction to win the Premier League. But there will be a lot of changes. The 2-4 if you look at the 2-4 they have replaced Trent Alexander-Arnold with Frimpong, Jeremy Frimpong. They have replaced Trent Alexander-Arnold with Frimpong and Robinson with Kirkers. So the back 4, they have replaced 2 players. Then in the middle of the park, they have Vox from Baleba. That's another one. Then up front, they may have Alexander Isak and Hugo Ekitike. So they're going to have like 5 players in that starting lineup that were not part of the team last season. 5 players in that starting lineup that were not part of Liverpool Football Club. At least they're going to have like 5 players in Atlanta that were not at Liverpool Football Club last season. So that's a major, major change. Replacing 5 of your 11 starter from your title winning squad, it's a major change. So we don't know whether they're going to click. We don't know how soon they're going to gel together. So that is where people have to look at that they may not be nowhere near the level they were last season, because it is not an easy thing to do, replacing 5 of your starting players from the title winning squad. Even though on paper they are good players on paper, but you can have a good team on paper, but on the pitch it's a different story. So on paper they are very good. Jeremy Frimpong, he's a good player. Kekes is good. Verse is good. Hugo Ekitike is a brilliant young player. And Issa, if they do get him, he's a wonderful striker. But that is 5 players. And who knows whether the center back they're trying to sign, Magui, whether he would not even be a starter. So they may even have the 6 starting players that were not at the football club last season. That's huge. That's huge. It's difficult to see any team that win a title, then the following season they have like at least 5 or 6 players in a starting team that were not at the football club the title winning season. So even though most of us predicting Liverpool to finish first in the Premier League, but right there, people should watch out for that. Replacing 5 to 6 of your starting team from the title winning squad. It may work, it may not work. The possibility exists that it might not work and Liverpool may struggle. Particularly maybe the first half of the season, they may struggle. Those players may struggle to play together, may struggle to click, they may struggle to gel together. That possibility exists. So there where people should look at when we are, every one of us, that most of us, even the mainstream media, and we that do YouTube, most of us expecting Liverpool Football Club to be champion. This is where we should be cautious. We should be cautious of this. We should be cautious because replacing 5 of your starter from the previous season, no matter how good they are, sometimes it doesn't work. So that's it. And we move on. Arsenal have been linked to players who now are also linked to other clubs. From the beginning of the transfer window, Arsenal has been linked to Rodrigo from Real Madrid. They have been linked to Rodrigo from Real Madrid and Eberici Eze from Crystal Palace. But according to the report, Rodrigo now he favors a move to Manchester City because Pep Guardiola likes him a lot. So now Manchester City, they have entered that race to sign Rodrigo because City, McCarthy is leaving. The kid they have, McCarthy, is leaving. Jack Grealish already gone to Everton. And Savino might leave for Tottenham Hotspur. So there will be place there for Rodrigo. So if Jack Grealish left already, left-sided player, Savino, another winger, he's leaving. McCarthy, from the youth system, he's also leaving. So they will have to replace that. And now they want to sign Rodrigo. They are in for Rodrigo, but Real Madrid is asking for at least 100 million euros. That's what Real Madrid is asking for. So City will have to pay around 100 million euro to get Rodrigo Goes from Real Madrid. And I think he has been linked to Arsenal since the end of last season. And if you look at the Arsenal team, they don't have a good left-sided player. That's one of the major problems on our team right now. Saka from the right side is good, and now they have Victor Gyökeres. He's also good. But on the left side, who do they have? Trossard, not good enough. Gabriel Martinelli, not good enough. This guy, He only bear his head down and push the ball and just run behind the ball like a headless chicken. I don't think this guy is real Brazilian. He run behind the ball like headless chicken. And that's their option. And perhaps they may play on Noni Madu, but if you look at Madueke record, Madueke performs better when he plays on the right side than the left side. So I think Madueke should be a cover up for Bukayo Saka, but not to play on the left side. So it doesn't matter who Arsenal play on that right side. If they don't go out, if Arsenal Football Club, if they don't go out to get a left-sided player or left winger for that position, or proper left winger for that position, when the season ends, if they don't win the Premier League after the season, there where they will look back to. Oh, I think if we had a left winger, we would have won the Premier League. It would be late to do that because they need it right now. There where they are very, very short. They are short of a left winger, a proper left winger. Trossard, he's not it. He can be a substitute. That's okay, but he's not. Gabriel Martinelli, he has been awful for the past 2 seasons. Are you going to depend on Martinelli this season? No, he's not. He is not at that level. I think the team has improved and left Martinelli behind. So they have to replace him. It's a matter of must for them. If Arsenal want to win the Premier League, they have to replace Martinelli with a good winger. They have a lot of options on the market. Ademola Lookman, far better than Martinelli. Far better. Rodrigo, far better than Martinelli. But what do? Arsenal, this is why I always say Arsenal main problem is their head coach. Arteta is the main problem at Arsenal. 2 years ago, Arsenal, they were struggling for a point record to win the Premier League. What did Arteta do? He went and bought Kai Havertz for £65 million. You needed a number 9 to put the ball behind the back of the net. Then he went ahead and bought Kai Havertz, who is not a point striker, from Chelsea for £65 million. And if you look at the last 3 seasons in the Premier League where Arsenal finished second, if they had a goal puncher, a real goal scorer in the last few seasons, at least they would have won at least 1 Premier League title in the last 3 years. But what Arteta, then the Arsenal fans, some of the Arsenal fans will say, oh, it is the ball. No, it's not the ball. If you needed a striker, Arsenal main problem was a goal scorer or number 9 at that time. They didn't need Kai Havertz. He should have spent that money on a point striker, but he didn't do it. What did he do? He went ahead and bought Kai Havertz for £65 million. And when they look at their season for the past 3 years, they will say yes. If they were bought on number 9 instead of Havertz, they could have won at least 1 title in that 3 years. And now they needed a proper left-sided player, a proper number 11, so we can play on the left side on the pitch. What did he do? He went to Chelsea and get Noni Madu. Knowing fully well, Noni Madu, he plays better on the right side than the left side. Noni is a right-sided footballer. He usually struggles playing on the left side. Look at his Chelsea career. Where Noni is dangerous is from the right, not from the left. Spend £52 million on Noni. Why couldn't Arteta or other money and get that money? Say could have gotten Ademola Lookman. Why he didn't go for people like Lookman, a proper left-sided player who is very dangerous? He can score goals. He can also create. They didn't do that when they bought Noni Madu, and they could have added some money to that £52 million to get Rodrigo from Real Madrid. So this is Arteta's decision. He wanted Madueke. This is Arteta's decision. Before you sign backup player, make sure you have your starting 11. You have good players in your starting 11. There was no need for Arsenal to sign Madueke ahead of getting a proper left-sided player. That's what they should have done. Get a proper left-sided player. Go and get Rodrigo. And now Man City has entered the race. And when Man City in the race, then it's very difficult now to do. It will be because Man City, Pep is there. He's one of the greatest coach ever. So the Pep effect alone, Pep is at Man City. Any player will want to go to Man City because of Pep. He's a brilliant manager. Despite the fact they struggled last season, he stayed a brilliant manager. Pep Guardiola, he stayed a brilliant manager. So, and now, then they want to sign Arsenal again. They've been linked to Eze. And Eze really clause was like 68 million pounds, but the really clause just expired. So now, Eze, and if Arsenal sign Eze, I think it's still a better option in my humble opinion. I think Eze is still a better option than Martinelli and Trossard on the left side. But Eze is not a left-sided player. Let's get that straight. Because if Arteta, if he goes for Eze and plays Eze on the left side, let him remember, Eze is not a left-sided footballer. Eze is number 10. There where he is very, very effective. Number 10, there where he plays for Crystal Palace, the 10 role, Martin Odegaard position. So will Arteta sign Eze and bench his captain? It's not happening. I don't see it happening. I don't think Arteta will ever sign Eze to bench Martin Odegaard. That's his captain. He loves Odegaard. He's not going to put Odegaard on the bench. I don't see it happening. I don't see Martin Odegaard going on the bench. So if even Arteta signs Eze, I think he will use it on the left side. And he will not be effective on that left side as compared to playing in the middle. And he's still going to get some problem on that left wing. So that's his Eze now is linked to Tottenham Hotspur. And Spurs, if they do put themselves together, if they can get Eze as number 10, then they get Savino for Man City, who will be playing on the left side. Then Mohamed Kudus on the right side with Dominic Solanke as the number 9. I think Tottenham will finish higher up the table. They will finish in the top 7 if they do get those D's over the line. If they can get Savino, if they can get Eze, I believe Tottenham will finish in the top 7. Because that right there, they already changed 3. They have replaced 3 of their starting players last season with very good players. And that they're going to have a good impact on the squad. Because Kudus is a very good player. Eze is also good. And Savino is also good. So I don't know the reason why Man City is getting rid of Savino. Probably it's a GA team because he doesn't really score like that. So probably that's the reason Man City getting rid of Savino. But if you look at Jeremy Doku, it's almost the same. Doku doesn't really score. Jeremy Doku doesn't really score like that. He hardly create. So I think the 2 wingers, they have made Man City to struggle for the past few seasons, particularly Doku, because Doku been there long before Savino. Savino just joined last year. But now Man City, they want to get rid of Savino. So, and I'll now move on to my club, Manchester United. Man United, we still linked with Carlos Baleba. And I think that position, we have to get Baleba. The same way we have to get a new goalkeeper, we have to get Carlos Baleba. It's a matter of must. We must sign Carlos Baleba. Because the way Amorim plays football, his system, the two in the middle of the park, the 2 midfielder, they have to be very energetic. And Carlos Baleba fits that profile. He is very energetic, very good with the ball, very good at driving with the ball. He's very good. So he fits that profile of player that Amorim needs for his system. It's a matter of much because Casemiro should be nowhere. Casemiro should be nowhere near Manchester United team. He is absolutely awful right now. He is done. He's a finished product. Casemiro is finished. He should be nowhere near our starting team. He's finished. So Manchester United, we have to get Carlos Baleba. It doesn't. I know Brighton, they're going to inflate the price. That's Brighton. They are a selling club. As long as you give them what they want, they're going to give you Baleba. So we have to sign Carlos Baleba. It is a matter of must that Man United get Carlos Baleba because that middle, I don't trust Bruno playing. I don't trust Casemiro. And the coach will not play Ugarte and Kobe Meno because I don't think Meno is good. I don't think he can play as a double. Just only two midfielders in the middle of the park. I don't think Meno can play that system. I don't think so. And Bruno, I don't trust Bruno. He takes a lot of risks in the middle of the park. And playing that role, you have to be disciplined. You shouldn't be giving the ball away all the time. You can give the ball away in the final third. You give the ball away in the final third, and it can be the problem. But if you give the ball away in your own half, well, mostly you will be in the middle of the park or in your own half when you're playing as one of the two midfielder in our system. If you give the ball away, there's a problem. And I don't trust Bruno Fernandes playing that role. I don't trust him. And why did we go on the market and get two tens, Mbuemo and Mataya Cunha? We pay a lot of money for them. They're going to start. They will start. So that means I'm only going to use Bruno deep. And I don't trust Bruno playing deep because he gives the ball away a lot. When you play deep, you don't give the ball away. Because most of the time, if you give the ball away, it's going to cost the team goals. It's going to cost the team goals. So I don't trust Bruno playing in that position. We have to. Amorim got to find a way for Bruno. Neither Bruno nor Casemiro should play deep in that position. Casemiro should be nowhere near benching, putting on the bench, or just get rid of him before the transfer window ends. He should be nowhere near that team. So we got to bring in somebody. Baleba. We have to bring in Baleba. We cannot wait for next season. Because if you wait for next season, you know what's going to happen? City going to be looking, or Arsenal going to be looking. Probably they want to replace somebody in the middle of the park. Chelsea may be looking. And a lot of club, Real Madrid. A lot of club will be looking at him. So right now, nobody is looking except Manchester United. This is the time we have to get him because we really, really need someone in the middle of the park. We need that. We need somebody in the middle. And we have to get another goalkeeper. I don't think we're going to get Gigi Donnarumma because the Donnarumma situation, something that the club is getting away from, if we try to get Donnarumma, we'll be going back to where we are coming from. We don't want to be putting player on huge salary. Because if the players are on huge salary, even they are not performing, it's difficult to get rid of them. So we don't want to be in similar situation with Gigi Donnarumma. Gigi Donnarumma, he's not part of PSG plan no more. Donnarumma is not part of PSG plan. He's not part of the team that's going to play the Super Cup tomorrow against Tottenham Hotspur. He wanted to run his contract down because he and PSG, they have not agreed on a new contract. So PSG, they have signed a new goalkeeper, a rising French player. They signed a new goalkeeper, and Donnarumma will leave before the transfer window closes. But he will be demanding nothing less than £300,000 a week. That's a lot of money. We cannot go back there And Donnarumma, I don't like what Donnarumma usually, what he does at every club. Donnarumma, a young player from AC Milan Academy, started as a starting goalkeeper on AC Milan as a teenager, ran his contract down, and moved for free to Paris Saint-Germain. Ran his contract down. That is not a good thing for player, for one of your good player, one of your best player to run their contract down. That's what Donnarumma did to AC Milan. Donnarumma ran his contract down. He went to Paris Saint-Germain for nothing. AC Milan received nothing for Gianluigi Donnarumma transfer. They received nothing because the kid ran his contract down on AC Milan. Can you imagine coming from the academy of AC Milan? He was not even in a prime, early 20s, and he ran his contract down and went to PSG. One of the best goalkeeper, young promising goalkeeper, ran his contract down. The club that he came from a youth system. He ran his contract down and went to Paris Saint-Germain. So now at Paris Saint-Germain, he wants to run his contract down too and go free next season. So PSG said, no, you either sign now or you leave. And he didn't sign. So the people brought in new goalkeeper and told him to leave. He has 1 year remaining on a contract. He refused to sign a new contract because he wanted more money from PSG. Gigi Donnarumma, that's a bad example. You cannot be running your contract down on every football club you go to. That's a red flag. That any team you want to sign him, it is a red flag. That he is in the habit of running his contract down to go free and receive huge bonus as signing fee. He did it to AC Milan. He's trying to do the same with Paris Saint-Germain, but Paris Saint-Germain said, no, you're not going to do that. You're going to leave. So now, I think that's a problem for Manchester United. I don't think maybe you're going to do this deal, but for Carlos Baleba, I'm very, very confident that Manchester United, before September 1st, that Manchester United will sign Carlos Baleba. But for Gigi Donnarumma, I'm not confident because, one, the wish. Two, Man City entering the race to sign him because City, they will be competing for the Premier League. I don't think Manchester United will be competing for the Premier League next season, except if something mad happen. They have Leicester City won the Premier League. They have Chelsea won the Premier League with Antonio Conte. Nobody expected Chelsea to win that season because they were not even in the Europa League or the Champions League. So unless madness happen, Manchester United just perform some miracle. That's the only way that you can win the Premier League. But I don't think that will happen. I don't see it happening. So City coming into the race, City in the Champions League, and City will be competing for the Premier League. I think Man City get an edge here. Man United will now go for Donnarumma. Donnarumma will be asking for more money. Man United will not be competing for the Champions League or the Premier League next season. So I think with those problems that we're having, we are not in no European competition. I think City will replace their goalkeeper. I think they will replace Ederson because I think there's a Saudi club that want to sign Ederson. So I think Man City will do that deal. I can see Gigi Donnarumma ending on Manchester City. I think he will go to Manchester City for next season. I don't see him signing for Man United because there are a lot of problems with that deal. He will be asking for more money. And another thing, probably if we offer him more money in City, he may join us, but I don't want for us to do that. The way Manchester United we have conducted ourselves this season in the transfer window, let it stay that way. We are not signing any player to give them a huge salary. We are not signing any player to give them unreasonable salary. That's what we used to do. If the football, we only went at that time to just convince footballer with money to join us. Now, Cunha joined us because he wanted to join Manchester United. Even though other teams that were in the Champions League wanted him. They see him, Brian Buemo, Newcastle in the Champions League wanted to sign, but he joined Manchester United making less than 200K a week. So that's good. Benjamin Sesko, he could have made more money on Newcastle, but he decided to join Manchester United. That's a good sign. So we need players that are waiting to join Manchester United, not because of money. And if we do sign Gigi Donar Roma, it will all be because of money. Because City want to sign him. If it's not because of money, he will go to City. Because City will be competing in the Champions League. They will be competing for the Premier League. They are one of the favorites to win the Premier League. Whether it's third favorite, fourth favorite, whatever, but they will be competing for the Premier League title. They see at the Champions League. So if it's just about football, I think he will go to City. But if we offer more money for him, we offer more money to him rather, because PSG, he will not go for more than 35 or 40 million pounds because he has only 1 year left on your contract, and PSG want to get rid of him. So I don't think they're going to charge more for his service. They're going to charge more for him. But salary level, I think Gigi Donnarumma going to demand for more money. I think he's going to demand for more money, and I don't think that would be a good idea for Manchester United. We shouldn't be doing that deal. We should look for a young goalkeeper to come. They have a lot of goalkeepers. Where is the scouting department? Where is the scouting department? Why are they taking salary? Why? Let it bring in a brilliant young goalkeeper. A brilliant young goalkeeper. Let it bring in one brilliant young goalkeeper, because that will be better than Onana. And a decent option now better than Andre Onana. We don't want to go into the season where we are struggling with our goalkeeper. Wherein we'll be leading 1-0 in the second minute, Onana made a terrible mistake. We don't want that for this coming season. So we have to get rid of Onana. It doesn't have to be Gigi Donnarumma. Get a lot of goalkeepers out there. We just need a decent goalkeeper. He doesn't have to be world class. You think if Onana was decent, we'll be looking for goalkeeper? No, but he's not. He's terrible. He's one of the worst goalkeepers in the league. Onana is terrible. So we have to sign a new goalkeeper. We have to. It's a matter of must. We must get a new goalkeeper. We cannot go into the season with Andre Onana. If we go into the season with Andre Onana, I don't see us finishing higher than 10th place. Because Onana is a disaster waiting to happen. Accident waiting to occur. He's terrible. Except miracle happen. He miraculously regained his form that he had when you were playing for Inter Milan. Except that. But we should be looking to replace him. I think the Baleba deal may happen. I'm very sure of the Baleba deal happening. Carlos Baleba joining Manchester United and Gigi Donnarumma. Because there are a lot of obstacles that will prevent the Donnarumma deal from happening. So the season starts on Friday. But if you are not yet subscribed to the Football Heritage, the link is in the description. Please do subscribe to the Heritage. So on Thursday, we will be back. Yeah, I'll be back here with the panelists for us to do the preview of the new season. We will be making our prediction for the new season. So please do subscribe and please tune in on Thursday to hear our view, to listen to us about the new season. The season starts Friday. Liverpool will play the first game of the new campaign. So please do subscribe to the channel. Please share the channel. And you guys can have a wonderful day. Or wherever you are, you can have a wonderful morning or a wonderful day. Peace. I'm all of you.